Hello. Are we back? My internet dropped for a little bit. I guess I got hacked or something. But I think we're back. Hopefully it's not lagging or anything. You missed nothing, just some... What? Some walls. Yes, so Ming is going for the egg wall. Not just a smaller one than I imagined, but you kind of have to do this. When you play skirms, you kind of need to have the wall between you and his man-at-arms, you know? Even if you have to repair it. Otherwise, you get pushed back off berries and then you can't sustain your production anymore. See, like, Ming has an idle wheel. He's not noticing it, and that really matters. When you have to quick wall and shit. Now he's doing this, like, why not wall freaking here and there so that this doesn't happen, man? And now Bars is just gonna run in. He didn't think it through. Oh my god, that house is such a doubt house. Please fix your idols. I wonder if Ming has any mods. I think he's just using the like small trees and that's it. Even that I'm kind of doubtful. So there's no range. Okay, that's a cool approach by Barls. I have lost against this exact strat today. I was Dravidians. But in that game I went fast range and skirms. I still think I did fine. I just made a mistake, a different kind of mistake. But what is Bar's follow-up then? It's gonna have a very fast uptime. It's just gonna boom. With also I don't like this either. Like one archer into skirms. Ah, Masmora, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Hope you had a nice casting session. What are you casting? Hamster clowns. Hopefully it was nice, man. We're just casting this game because I have to go after, and it looks interesting. Hello, the Agent Pirate. Bars is going for a fast Castle Age approach. Hopefully it's gonna be Samurai. The game is speeding up. It's a sign that one of the players has resigned. Wow, that was an epic game. Actually, insane game. Yeah. Dude, Mink has only made one archer this game. That's okay. Oh, Bars country, amazing. Let's go. Casting mode. Plus Stubbs. Stubbs. Okay, one more. This was too quick. How do you do this again? Was Barles just gonna boom? I think my last 3 games against Barles were him just going FC full wall and boom. Stone walls as well, like double house wall. What? It's not loading. Why? Thank you. Romance and Wei. I have to say, like from a casting perspective, it's way more interesting when there's chickens. You'll see different things, especially with like the scout action. Whereas when there's deer, I mean, you're just going for whatever and you'll afford it easily, and like there's no scouting. You're just going blindly for your kind, like blind strat, blindly for your blind strat makes sense as well. Oh, necropsis. Hmm. I guess both maps are fine. Could definitely be worse. Monk 3 is a fan of the very early walls. I think he's got a pretty fine sieve. Especially with this map, like he can wall easily and get 3 extra wheels. Minute 12. And I guess Barles is just gonna do the same, right? Man at arms and wall. Not range, no range. But why? Because in my book, I think if you wanna kill the skirmishers, you have to go skirmishers, or else you're just gonna play passive, hide behind walls. And so the way Barles went about it meant that he was just not gonna make army anymore, which is boring. He's gonna go for 4 on wood. That is crazy with romance. Romance collect wood faster. I think he'll up 21 pop then. Also kill the buffalo, and he's letting it rot. My god, that hurts to watch. Now why won't you just split the wheel? The wheel is on. Carnage. For some reason my eyes get so tired from watching Capture Ridge. I guess the zooming is the painful... No, don't you dare, lame. Dark Age is very slow. Oh yeah, he's going Rush. Okay, makes sense. Rush. But rushing means that you give time for the opponent to wall. So the way you play it against the way you usually play against walls is by walling yourself too. Hopefully that doesn't happen. If that happens, I close the game. Go watch some Minecraft or something. More fun. Hair dyes, could be dryness. Yeah, I have severe dryness in my eyes. They're as dry as freaking... That's why I have to wash my face every hour. What can you do, man? I think there's really no easy remedy for that. So yeah, there's the walls we were talking about. Hello, Core Dumpy. Double lumber camp is gonna have a pretty good economy. Yeah, the eye drops. Yeah, but that's such a short-term fix for me, at least. And they're not that cheap. Nice base. Not even gonna go man at arms, you see. Oh, he is. But again, I don't think he's making a range. He doesn't like that. He likes short feudal ages. Short feudal ages turn into boom games. And siege defense, castle defense. Let's see if I'm wrong. I don't think so. I see the walls are coming up. So if this was Dear Arabia though, you would see potential men at army to skirm or forward range or something like that. Powers. Since there's chickens, the game slows down a lot. Slows down a lot. That's not worth it. Okay, lost your scout, I mean. Not sure if that's good. Incredible barrels. Yep. One archer. Again. These people, man. No, he's going scrims too, okay. No, not Ming confirmed. Barrels is walling. Not adding the range. He's just rushing Castle Age, where I am afraid he's just gonna go for second TC and Siege Workshop. No, he's adding a range now. So he's going crossbows? Crossbow Siege. Okay, what made him do that? Did he just see the 4 gold and think that could be good? I don't like that. I used to do this a lot. But in the end I stopped because I couldn't punish them. Because you just up fast, yeah, but because you have such a small army, you can't actually get past feudal age units easily. So when you go crossbow but you only have like 8, you lose to 10 skirms. Or at least you can't kill them, you're just gonna waste time shooting and dodging. Love your 1v1 stream. I'm currently learning Man-at-Arm into Archers in Arabia. Yo, NHK. Glad to hear that. I love your mods. I am using a lot of them. And yeah, good luck with that. We are kind of seeing Man-at-Arm into Archers. No, he's going skirms, but late. What's that for? Maybe he thinks he can't afford it. Yeah, I think that's the NHK, the real one. Okay. Okay, I don't understand this approach from Barles. Because he went for late farms. Let me just go back a bit. See now, he's feudal. He has 200 wood. But he's not spending it on early farms. Did them late. Yeah, why did he do them so late? I don't know. When I used to do this, I would up a bit later with farms already built, then I would already have the food for skirms. He did it so late. Maybe because he thought that Quang 3 will go for gold late, so it's not worth pushing until that point. I don't freaking know. No idea. Maybe he was keeping his options. Possibly, but I mean, what could there be? I mean, he saw the range, he saw the walls. He just walled really fast too. Now he's going armor for his scrims in feudal age. Actually, guys, armor does not do anything for your scrims against other scrims. It's still the same damage output, which is 3. So I'm not sure why he would ever get armor. Thinks he's fighting archers. I don't understand that. I guess that's why I'm not okay. I don't understand that at all. And there's a tower. That's a really good one. But see, I did this, man. That's what I did as well in Brazilian game. I went for forward towers, punishing the opponent's forward gold. But in that game, I didn't add more man-at-arms. I guess maybe that was the mistake. Cool. Skirm is so skirms survive better versus red skirms. But that's what I'm saying, it doesn't change anything. Skirmishers have 3 attack and 3 bonus damage. But so when they shoot each other, they do 0 damage, right? Because the damage they do is lower than the armor. So when that happens, the only damage that's being dealt is the bonus damage. So even if you have 4, it's still 4 minus 3. Am I wrong, man? I don't think I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, my whole life was a lie. Yeah, I think scrum vs scrum is always 1 damage. I mean 3 damage. Which is the bonus. No, I don't think I'm wrong. I'm gonna test it after. Is it possible that I'm wrong? I mean, you can always be wrong. But I'm pretty sure I tested it a long time ago. He lost a mangonel to so many times. That's actually crazy. I mean, to be honest, that is a game-losing mistake. Because it's giving balls time to actually go up. Also, what is this economy, man? You had to abandon around 10 farms from one single tower. Actually, this is a really insightful game because I was in the same position from like earlier, but I didn't add more man-at-arms, and that seems to be the mistake. Yeah, it's over, I think. Rest collected and bill count is equal. Yeah, that is probably because he has forward bills. I think it should have been at least 500 rest higher if those wheels were at home. Also, collecting stone is slower than anything else. Slower than gold too. So that's why it's even. Lol, look at the efficiency. Base damage 2. Best 3 against archer with base 3 pierce armor, so plus 2 minus 3 is 2 damage. Uh, 2 damage. I mean, yes, it does turn it into 2. But... I mean, he might be right. What, man? Seriously? My whole life was a lie. I'm glad I found your YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't usually... I kind of forgot to post on that one. Isn't minimum damage always 1 regardless of armor? Yes, it is 1. You can't shoot a guy and deal 0 damage. Man, let me see. Let me freaking see this. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I mean, it doesn't change much, but still. How do I create scenarios? Anyone knows? Oh. Can't believe it, man. But I've never seen anyone get it. Ever. What? Wait. Am I dumb? Sure. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna make mine Castle Age ones. Moment of truth. Okay, you have... No, man, see? Yes, fletching and armor, and I have nothing, and it's 3 damage. That's because they don't add, like... First you get the armor minus the attack, and then somehow you can add a bonus. So if it's 0 or less than 0, then it's not 1. It's just a bonus. I've tested that with Kongs. Kongs against... let's see. Okay, let's see. Where's Kongs? Kongs still 0 damage to rams, right? So you get just a bonus, which is 4. It's not 5, right? Instead of 1, it's 0 because there's bonus damage. So if you don't have bonus damage, it's 1. But if you do, it's 0. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. Layer 2. Okay, see? I mean, they have to be accurate though. Wait, this guy has lost 2 HP. What? Not the best example. Why is that? Oh, they must have nerfed it or something. Or is that for imp? Maybe it's for imp. Doing Castle Age for an imp? No, it's for what? What? Why is it dealing 2 damage? That makes no sense. Oh wait, then now it's 4. No, it's 4. Did I just... What? Quick maths. Bro, it's 2. In the beginning, it's 2. See? Sometimes it's 2. The hell? Is it because of the distance? They do less damage if they're far? No. Guys, why did they freaking... I was seeing 2 shots, really? Ah, because the guys were missing the... Okay, let's restart this shit. No man, I don't think that's true though. It deal 2 damage. Is this shit? What? Why do you deal 2 damage? Can you show Imp Kongs? I can. No, Imp's... I just checked. Imp Kongs to 6 damage. Do I have to go Castle Age to do that? Might be a bug with the uptime, with the ages you're in. No, it's not. Oh no, it is. Ah, see, they go 4 damage. It's just because they were Dark Age. No, sometimes they do too. It's like half the bullet. It's like they're shooting 2 bullets and one of them is missing. Very consistently missing, and from any distance. That did 0, but... No, well, this doesn't make any sense. Because they have +4, I mean. Wait, do I have to be Spanish? No, that doesn't make sense, probably. Let's see if maybe I have to be Spanish. No idea why that would be the case. Okay, I'm gonna delete 2 of these things. Yeah, they do 2 damage. Season half +2 resist over the base armor class. I'd never heard of that being a thing in the game. +2 resist. What does that mean? It's just a pierce armor. What? Ah, wait, it's armor class RAM +2. I never saw that. When I tested this, it wasn't a thing. I think it was in AOC or what? A Wobbly? Ages ago. I don't think this was a thing, because I remember specifically it was with Kongs that dealt 4 damage. Interesting, I didn't know that. Guess that's why. So the Kongs deal 0 damage. So then they get +4 bonus. Then the Ram resists that bonus. Turns it into 2. Simple. Makes sense. Battering rams. Okay. Battering rams should definitely not have that. How does this help us with the skirms? Well, it's just the same thing. Like when a unit does 0 damage, it doesn't turn into 1 damage if they have a bonus against them. It turns into 0, and then the bonus is just all the damage. Okay, but I do 3. Yeah, we did 4. So Kongs deal 0 damage to Rams because they have 100 Pierce armor, and it doesn't turn into 1 because they have bonus damage against them. It turns into 4. Same thing with Skirm. See, they have armor and fletching. We have none, and we do the same damage. So what Barles did there was a mistake, right? Unless he thought he's expecting he was gonna encounter archers or maybe scouts. Looks like the numbers never go negative. Bonus damage applies after armor reduction. Yes, final HP lost can never be less than 1. Scum upgrades are not worth it. Fletching, yeah, they're not worth it. I mean, they don't increase or decrease the damage output of skirmisher fights in feudal. But fletching obviously increases your range, so that can be helpful. So everyone gets fletching for skirmisher with skirmisher at some point, not early because it's not that much. It's not that important. But armor is useless. Bodkin is +1 attack, and Eliscrum is also +1. Castle Age, I think you need armor for them. I think armor impacts them. Until Elite, yes. So why did Barles do it? I don't freaking know. Okay. Slav Malians. Rush from Malians. Already 6 on berries and 2 farms. Ah, because he's not taking the chickens. Full approach. I actually don't think I've seen this approach before. You always take the chickens when you drush. Okay, he lost everything. The drushing and the scout didn't kill any vill. Basically, you never do that. I'm not sure why he tried. Because, to be honest, the strongest unit in Dark Age is the villager. A loomed villager. So when you drush, the goal isn't to kill a villager, it's to hit a house. And force the opponent to make another one. It buys you time as well at home. Wall. Because the player that ups later always has more resources collected. So when you drush, you buy yourself time to reach Castle Age safely. See, like Kwang 3 upped later, didn't even take chickens, and he has like 200 rest more for free. just because he upped later to feudal. He's going fletching archers. This would never work if he had a worse map. Or if he didn't wall. So Barlas is actually going early range this time, so... See, this is what I was saying. Why didn't Barlas last game go for this approach, right? Where he has the farms already built before the range, so that he can add the range earlier like he did now and afford the screen production. No, what he did last game was he just walled at this point. Why would you wall when the opponent is walled and in the arcade, right? I mean, it's not... There's no urgency. I don't know, man, I'm not okay. I actually don't understand. Cannot comprehend. It just be like that. Okay, he's again adding more men at arms. More men at arms, and he's getting fletching fast. But obviously this is different because he's not fighting against skirms. Fletching here is important. Because if the opponent gets it and you don't, you have to go back. Walling. Walling, and he's still taking goal with all those two wheels, and now he's at 200 already. You see here he gets armor. I mean, for those of you who don't know, this is probably the most important feudal age upgrade when it comes to military, because it turns the damage output of the archer versus the skirm to 1. And they have 30 HP and it's not that much, but when the archer player does 1 damage to the skirms, they are just so overpowered. They're very tanky, right? Same thing with +2 armor in Castle Age. The crossbow will deal 1 damage to them, and then you can just jump them, just run on top of them with the skirms. They cannot micro and they cannot kill you. But when you don't have the last armor in that age, you'll have to micro and keep the distance, because your army isn't actually tanky at all. Is that helpful? Yeah, that's good to hear, man. The only difference is in Imp. In Imp, the Arbalest will deal 2 damage to fully upgrade the skirms. Because of chemistry. Spracer gives them 1 attack. Arbalest gives them 1 attack, just like in Castle Age. But there's chemistry which gives you +1. Alright. Uptime difference is huge. It's like almost 2 minutes. Usually this shouldn't be a problem, but Bars chose to stay forward with his army. Probably not expecting the knights to show up. At least not so fast, but they did, so now he's in trouble. He also let his wall open for some reason that I have no idea about. I can't understand why house wall so much when you leave the front open. Sure, I mean it doesn't do much, but it buys you like 30 seconds potentially. Maybe you can market wall behind. So he's cooked. I mean, look at his eco. He's going to ranges, remaking the whole skirmish army that he lost. And Quantries just play the simplest of strategies, which is Drush full wall like that. That's like as classic as 1993. 97. 97? Drush full wall, man. It's like the bread and butter. And Drush FC, I guess. And he has such a free advantage. It's going there for the siege. Also with one will only. I never like to send one will because you always find wolves, and he also found the wolf, and then you can actually lose the will easily to like a random unit. Just learn from Huang, you know, don't send one will. Never. Okay, so he holds because he just has so much army. Obviously the issue would have been if Quang Tri managed to add siege earlier. But he didn't because he's a pleb. Look. What is Quang Tri doing right now? I mean, he knows this army won't kill, right? Why did he not send 2 wills as soon as he reached Castlage to build a siege workshop? He instead chose to farm, add more farms so that he makes more knights. But he left his crossbow out. Like, what the hell? Honestly, if he breaks this wall and gets his skirms inside, it's completely GG. I mean, Bars has nothing. What the hell? Bars has actually nothing right now. To be honest, you can just jump that DC. You still like survive with 4 crossbows. Now he allowed himself to get pushed back. And now he's realized the mistake. And now he wants to add a siege workshop. But he does it at 25 minutes. 6 minutes later. And with 1 wheel. And he deletes the first one because he wants it more on the side. And now this does nothing because there's 15 scrums, which will easily deal with a mangonel. 1 mangonel. Single mangonels. He also got a knight converted. So yeah, that is pretty rough. Big throw. But hey, here comes the counter throw. With Baal sending his monks in front of the scrums. Or actually, I think they might have gone by themselves. Wait, now he lost there. What? I'm speechless. I mean, monks have a tendency to go forward by themselves to, I think, kill things that aren't there. Perfect DC for Bals. This will potentially buy him just the right amount of time. Loses 5 wheels though. But now there's Lycav. I swear to God, if you'd hide the names in this game, I'm not sure if you'd give them more than 2k3, 2k4. But maybe I'm just being like super ignorant. Because it's easier to watch than play. Looks more like me. It does, doesn't it? Full potato, I mean, who throws harder? That's the name of the game. And he loses the whole army again. Just when you think he would stabilize a bit. So now the farms Quang Tri added make more sense. He was actually trying to add like a Okay, that makes sense. But I think to be honest, if he gets his crossbow in as well, he wins much earlier. Not sure if Bars had a chance. Once he lost those scrums here, I think he was never gonna win. Unless he maybe somehow walled everything with houses. That would have bought him so much time. But here he lost everything to the knights. He didn't go back. Is it possible that he kept his scrums forward so that he buys time for the walls to come up? So the knights will take like 20-30 seconds to kill that army. Maybe, man. Maybe that's just some 5-head move. Hard to say. Okay, let's go for this one and maybe just call it a day. Last one, it's a best of 3 Chinese against Poles. Huge advantage for the Chinese. Unless it goes late. Late game you can do something with Poles, I guess. Maybe CA Hussar. Or Onager plus Fire Dance or something. I don't know. Okay, change of pace. The Arabia one should probably be scouts. And Chinese usually go scouts too. So. Yeah. I think I've seen a game from Quang 3 as Pose recently. And he did the farms around the TC. Like, he didn't give a shit. And he made followerworks later. Not sure if that makes sense. Because you can't add the followerwork for a while. So you lose so much food from the farm. Oh, look at that. 6-minute walling. Now guys, you call me a waller every single day. But I'm just learning from the pros. Walling while upping, going up 21 pop and 2 lumber camps. So this, I believe, is because I wanted to say he scouted the opponent, but he didn't. Because if Quang 3 came with men at arms, he would have been in huge problems. Is settlement placement good? You mean the lumber camps? There's no settlements for this year's. Oh, full work. It's fine. Fine, like doesn't change much. Sure, why not? It's gonna be 2 tile at some point, but very late. But it's fine. I don't mind that. They somehow it somehow feels like they both know they're gonna go scouts. Especially Quang 3. Sorry, Baus about Quang 3. Because his build is pretty greedy. But also that's probably because there were deer. When you have deer, you can afford more army early, like scout, spear. still. I don't know. I would not dare to go for 2 lumber camps. Especially when I have forward berries. It's just 1 lumber camp for life for me. 2 lumber camps is only when I rush full wall perhaps. Lumber camps means you're gonna have 2 more wheels on wood instead of food. So no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna afford less. And also, it's harder to fight with wheels when you're on 2 lumber camps. If you're on the single one, you can fight off men-at-arms even, scouts. Because you have a bunch of wheels and you can hide them in the pockets. On 2 lumber camps, you cannot do any of that. So indeed, scout war. Now, I believe Bars almost 100% will add a range at some point. Probably within a minute or 2. And Quang Tri will go heavy scouts and he'll lose the fight and call it. I think that's a very likely possibility. But let's see, I mean, Bars made a mistake. He didn't wall this while upping for some reason. He walled everything else but this. Oh god, that will kill costs Quang 3 scouts. Is there a way to learn eco management? I started playing archers lately and my eco is always mess and I can't fix it. Yeah, of course there is a way to learn eco management. I mean, first you identify the problem. Do you have gold issues, food issues, wood issues? What is it? Are you floating wood or are you missing wood? What's the issue, right? Then you download some Rex from 2K high elo players and you just look at that specific thing, like how do they do it? How do they go about their lumber camps? How many villas and when? And you just copy that. Because if you try to reinvent the wheel and just improvise till you get it right, it's gonna take you years. Alright. There's the range for boss. I think it's a bit late. I think it's maybe too late. Because he won't have that many numbers, and then the scouts will actually kill him. Maybe he did it that late because of the 3 scouts he killed here. Maybe he doesn't fear the full scout play. I have all issues, that's the problem. I'm missing food and wood and gold. It's because you product from one range and then from 2 and 3 and then you add siege and then the upgrades and it's mess as hell. Well, there's like these rules of thumb that kind of most people follow at high relos. Like it's all about your Dark Age build, to be honest. How many Vs you put on the lumber camp, how many you put on berries, and when you transition to berries. I think most people that I've coached have had like wood issues. They either put too many wheels on the lumber camp or too few of them. And you kind of have to have a specific number. Usually it's 8 for 1 lumber camp and 9 for 2 lumber camps. No more, no less. And then you kind of add a few more later in Feudal Age because your efficiency decreases. That way you shouldn't be floating too much and you shouldn't be missing that much. And you must be sure you have maybe like a mode for your, how you call this tab here, resource bar. Make sure you notice when you're floating wood. Make this the writing big and visible so that you don't float. And if you spend that wood fast, you're gonna have wood as well. Sorry, food. I mean, if it's a mess, it's not really a problem. And still win games like that. I mean, for it to not be a mess, you need a lot of practice. Basically, just keep playing, and it's gonna feel easier, and you're gonna be faster. That's just how it goes. When you do the same thing like multiple times, it becomes better. So there's the crossbow transition from Bals. Quang3 has not played full scouts, which I am not really a big fan of. I think if you want to play knight like Ev, you need to play a long feudal. Oh, sorry, he actually switches to skirms. Okay, didn't notice that. When I float wood, I have gold, and then I'm floating gold and missing wood. Not able to move 3 bills to gold and 3 to wood and 3 to food while fighting. See, you shouldn't. The problem always starts with the wood income, I think. The wood economy. You never remove wheels from the lumber camp. You have 8, and that's it. With time, you add more one by one. So you usually get up to like 11. So how I go about it is I put 8. When I click up to feudal age, like that's the first thing I send wheels to wood, right? 8. And then when I go skirms, I add 1 more. When I start walling, I add 1 more, and when I want the blacksmith, I add 1 more. So then I end up on 11. And I never remove them. I just take wood from stragglers. And if I'm going archers, I'm gonna put 3 or 4 to gold, because you need 3.5 bills to gold to sustain the range. So it's either 3 or 4. And I never remove them or add more. I just let them. The only thing I work on is farming with the straggler, the wheels on stragglers. That's the only thing I'm changing. If I build no, you will. If you click up to feudal age, and in that exact moment you add more to it so that you have 8. By the time you reach feudal age, you will have the wood for range. With archers you don't need that many. With archers you need more because you want to build I mean, it depends if you open mill or a mining camp. If you open mill, you will need also 3 on stragglers while upping. If you build a mining camp, then you won't need that. That makes sense. Ballistic versus elite scrum 1. For crossbows? Maybe if you're a civ such as Malian, Portuguese, Italians, who have it cheaper. Maybe when you have a big army of crossbows, like 15, which will allow you to actually fight against +2 elite skirms for a while. Never on a short feudal, I think. Yeah, that game is pretty equal. Like they're both booming. They did some little fighting. Now they're switching to 3TC boom. Varus isn't playing like Quang3 did last game. He's taking it easier because he knows he's Chinese and Chinese eco is crazy. But he could have played some knights as well, some siege. You know, the issue with that is if you put more than 8 on, 10 on gold, then the game becomes an all-in kinda. Like it becomes a 1TC forever kind of game. So if you wanna go crossbow and knights, or crossbow knights and siege, or crossbow siege, you obviously can't sustain both of those things. So you have to prioritize one at a time, or just mangonels, or just knights. And so if you reach castle age and you need to make knights, you need to have stopped making crossbow for the last minute or two, which means you'll end up with a very small army. Let me show you what I mean. Here Bars is almost up, right? He's got 10 on gold, and for 2 ranges archers you need 7, right? So he's floating a bit. But because he's producing archers all the time, see, 92 efficiency, he does not have gold for knights. I mean, he does have a little bit, but not for a long time. So maybe that's why he didn't add knights. It's because he knew that his army won't be too strong. Like, just a low amount of expo and just a low amount of knights. This is something you do usually when you played men-at-arms, because then you'd have more archers. Or maybe you'd only have one range. I guess those things don't really make sense. Maybe I'm not explaining them too well, but it's kind of complicated. So I mean, anyways. Okay, siege late, that's fine. It's perfectly fine to play like Bars did, right? Without any pressure. Just crossbow against skirms. You keep up in economy. And you can retake map control later. This is how Ming plays every game. Super passive. PTCs first and then very late you move out. Okay. Now, Quang Tri has not really done much in terms of trying to take map control. Bars is going keeps and rocket cards. I think that is a very good play. Not sure if he needed the keeps. Like, just a few knights would have probably been fine as well. But everything is cheaper with Chinese, so in order to fully take advantage of that, you go for as many upgrades as possible. Upgrades that you would never get, at least not as early. Yeah, I mean, what do you do if you're Quang Tri? You can add your own siege, try to trade evenly, but there's the keeps now. He's also up. I mean, it's basically this is an arena game where nothing happens for 30 minutes and then one attack and the game's over. I don't understand how Quang Tri can go for such late siege addition. It's just insane. His turn is forward, like there's heals everywhere. It's always like that. And he never added a mangonel. He went 40 Cs before Siege Workshop, even though he knew that Bars added one for a long time. See? He noticed it. Or did he not? I mean, am I crazy? No, he saw it. But he sees it. What does he do? He should rush a siege workshop here or here, somewhere where there's outpost. Maybe add a tower here preemptively, or here. Don't allow yourself to receive damage, right? But he instead just adds a third range. It's like he wants to fight the rocket cards with just skirms. Sick play. Gets redemption, but monks never convert. Not when there's crossbows. Unbelievable mistake. I mean, I have no... I don't understand. I just don't... I'm trying to understand. I mean, I want to understand. Why would you do this? But redemption, like, it never works. When there's crossbow on the field, like... Also, the rocket card has bigger splash damage, so it's way harder to micro against it. Anyways, he got himself a castle. It's not on the biggest seal ever, but we'll have to play without the stone and gold. Pulse is soon gonna be up, and Fire Lancer seems perfect, right? Counters the skirms and the siege. And now, I guess Quang 3 will want to add Scav Archers, maybe? He's adding some Obuch. Persevias is just the fairest of them all. Everything cheaper, full tech tree. Start with 2 more villas. Luma at the start. Everything cheaper, guys. Everything. Just everything, man. Some civs freaking have cheaper wood upgrade. But no, man. Everything. What, do you think I had a weakness? Nah. Faster moving OP units. Or more HP or something. Anyways. Castle for Barls. I think he saw that castle now. The towers are amazing. I'm sure why Quang 3 is so insistent on taking that wood instead of this one. I do think though that lots of these 2k6 players win very early. Because, I mean, it feels to me like it's a super bad mistake. And he's 2k7 almost. But because he always starts walled and he gets an advantage from that, I think the games play out differently. But in this one, like... I mean, he didn't really do anything. He didn't get pressured really, so the walls didn't help much. Now he's shooting a different tower. The villas got garrisoned. And then... No wait, now it's shooting that. Oh wait, I thought it's the... Those arrows were from the castle, okay. Pressured everywhere. Yeah, that's just... not the best, I mean. Not the best, I think it all started with the late siege edition. And the range is like... What do you go for third range, man? It's like getting Quang rushed. And instead of doing your own siege, Against these Mangonos, you go for more skirms. More downhill skirms. But anyways. Got to go eat. Got to go eat. Shall we host? Should we host? Birthday stream MBL? Why is he online at this hour? Actually, I heard he's going full time. Is he full time now? Yeah, oops. Alright guys, thanks for watching. GG's. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.